Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dice to Roll, the queerest Pathfinder podcast on the planet, where it's the hard questions like, is there drama over shipping to gods in Golarion?
At least a little bit.
I feel like there's people who are probably really into some god pairings that aren't canon. That got really testy about it whenever someone brings up those deities like actual relationships.
The worst thing is I have one. I have a problematic ship.
You have one?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are you right? You have to rate my problematic ship, okay?
Okay.
Desna.
Alright.
X.
Okay.
Cade and Kaelin.
Why them?
Now I know they have, she has a romantic interest in two other women, so odds of her being into men, not great.
Low. Pretty low.
Pretty damn
track
low.
record, not great. I believe he has canonically flirted with her before, because he's flirted with fucking everyone.
He's getting Kaelin.
He's getting Kaelin. But
it's gonna
also,
happen.
just the idea of this swashbuckling adventure god trying to serenade an amused moon goddess who is older than the idea of mortal life, right? She is this ancient space butterfly merely adopting the appearance of a mortal, you know? And the idea of him, singing up to the moon anyway because he's just so enraptured by her, that's a cute ship to me. And I know it's 100% not reciprocated, but god damn it, you guys.
I mean,
It's a cute one-sided ship, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, if I said it to a Shellonite, I would be speared. Like, I know
You
she's
would.
got, this whole thing about mercy, but she would right through me.
right through you right then and there.
Do you think they make, call-out posts on, adventure boards for people who don't, ship the canon gods?
Hire not this sweeper, for he ships Erastil and Torag, despite them both having wives.
Good lord.
So funny. It's so fucking funny.
Well, you guys, what ships can you come up with for the gods? Good or bad? You can either be like, oh, that's a really cute dynamic, or why would you ship this?
I mean, my toxic Yuri ship is Urgathoa and Pharasma.
You're
Okay.
real for that, actually.
Both of their followers would kill you for this. But
I know
see
this.
where you're the goddess of undeath, the first person to say no to death, and a woman who's pursuing her forever. Okay, slay.
The toxic Yuri surpasses anything.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I like that. Like I said, you will not go to a funeral home ever.
I thought, oh, Asmodeus and Samurai, and I was like, that's a horrible idea.
Oh dear.
Oh.
That's they might be related somehow.
Yeah.
Which
Maybe,
I don't think stops some very bad people.
Yeah.
It didn't stop the
Jesus.
Greeks.
Yeah, I suppose
It
not.
sure didn't.
She fucking hates that guy so much.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't
Absolutely.
hate that guy?
Everyone hates that guy, but she especially hates that guy.
She's like, dude.
I'm shipping Dagon and Rovagog. Thank you.
Dagon and Rovagog.
Oh, good lord.
That's a deep cut.
Like the deep ones.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
That's really
Damn.
just the idea of the fucking spider god who creates earthquakes and the fish god who creates storms.
Can we
Maybe I
get a dojin about that?
Only if they're drawn with yaoi hands and Dagon has really big eyes.
Only if they're drawn with yaoi hands and there's still a spider and a fish guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, I just want you all to know, the official name for the pantheon between Shellin, Desna, and Sarenrae, their lesbian polycule, is the Prismatic Ray, right?
Yeah.
And we're getting a new book about the gods. And also, the God's Reign is happening. They're going to kill one of the gods in Golarion. And we know now it's Gorum, but for a long time, we didn't know who it was. And Luis Loza was letting us know in advance there was going to be a change to the Prismatic Ray. And everyone was really fucking freaked the hell out about it. because we don't want to say goodbye. And a lot of people thought Serenray was going to die. They did just reveal that the change was they're changing the name to Radiant Prism because Prismatic Ray is a D&D spell, and with the Pathfinder remaster, they can't use that anymore. And that was what they were hyping up. So happy Pride Month. Well,
That's so funny.
It's pretty good.
God.
Do we want to play some Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we last left our adventurers in the Abomination vaults, Fiore, Silk, and Ulrich, the Fogfen Few, faced off against a giant statue defending the tomb of Asaphana Menhims. They were intending on collecting the relic of Asaphana, only to find that it was indeed protected by a giant stony guardian. After a long and hard fight against construct armor, the Guardian, they were able to destroy it and leave with the new relic, the Dove Brooch. Our heroes then returned to the surface and made preparations for the journey to Absalom. Silk was very certain that Igonus was in very good hands. Ulrich brought his beautiful, lovely horse, Quicksilver, and Fiore looked handsome. The three of them made their way into the wilds beyond Otari, traveling along the roads in a beautiful montage before they arrived in the city at the center of the world, Absalom, the capital of the Isle of Kortos and the biggest city in Avistan. And that is where our adventure is going to take us today, into the winding paths of the megapolis that makes up your home city, Silk, and the school within. So fellas, question. Are we ready to rumble?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might be. Okay. I'm using the physical copies, guys. The fucking books that I paid lots and lots of money for. Are you proud of me?
What the hell?
I'm not using a PDF that I got for like a fraction of the price. I'm using the books that I keep on a shelf. I did it! Okay, let's see. Absalom, the city at the center of the world, has stood at the geographic and metaphorical fulcrum of inner sea intrigue for 5,000 years. Raised from the sea by the god of humanity, Ariston, it is the largest city in the inner sea. Ancient towers rise above housing estates. We see City Watch members in their iconic teal uniforms with the Eye of Ariston emblazoned on their helmets, looking around and speaking to people as nearby criminals make off with ill-earned cash. We see minotaurs walking side by side with gnomes. We see parades for any number of small events happening throughout the city. We see merchants selling food from across the planet, freshly made and imported with teleportation magic. And in the center of the city, there is a massive chasm of a pit, and standing in the center of it is a cathedral, within which the Starstone, the meteor that wiped out the Aslanti Empire and raised the gods Ariston, Cain Kaelin, Norgorber, and Diomede to godhood. You are home in the biggest city that you will ever be in, and indeed, anyone will ever be in. As you all enter, you are starting off in the... Oh, jeez.
Just look behind you, babe.
Yeah, I've got a big map on the wall. You guys are approaching from the northeast of the map of the city, past the kind of like spillover town of Westerhold, and into the Wise Quarter. Its streets perpetually buzz with excitement over recently published dissertations, academic journals, articles, and political backroom dealings. It is The soaring towers of the Arcanarium and the domes of the Fore Logos are but two of Absalom's many repositories of knowledge. While this is not where the College of Mysteries is, Silk, you would have spent a lot of time here in the Wise Quarter. This is kind of like where all the bookshops, all the extremely important places are. For example, there is the Learned Pig, which is one of the most important pubs in Absalom because it's where all the students hang out. But also there's like the Grand Council Hall, the Fore Logos, which is a monument to the acquisition of knowledge, and it is a giant building made to look like Aslante's architecture. And of course, the Arcanarium, one of the biggest schools in the Inner Sea. How are you all doing as you kind of enter here into the Wise Quarter?
I know that Silk has been like, I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to see anyone. And he does feel that way, but he is also like literally just looking out in case he sees any familiar face. And he looks so good, and he will not be caught not looking good by people he previously knew.
Fiore's, I think Fiore's just like, I think he gets nervous about the fact that it's like such a big city because he is from a small town. But it's like the excited kind where it's like, holy shit, there is so much going on all of the time.
Yeah, I think Ulrich is a little bit overwhelmed, maybe. Hasn't been here in a while, so definitely looking around a lot.
I mean, there's literally, we could spend so much time just visiting each building, but you don't have all the time in the world. Like, you want to get home sooner rather than later.
We're on a time limit.
Yeah. If you don't get that Wolfsbane soon, there's going to be a werewolf in Otari.
Yippee.
Regardless, I drop you guys in. I think Borbo is on your shoulder, Silk, and he kind of nuzzles closer and says,
So when are we getting to Absalom?
Bobo, we're already here.
This is not the Absalom I know.
Absalom has grown a lot in the last 500 years.
and then he like points at this,
What is going on?
and he points at a woman who is selling a goblin a piece of bread.
Why is she not killing him?
Merchantry? What do you mean? What? He's a
How is he
customer.
out in daylight?
He's a customer.
Bobo, this is a market.
Goblins
He's
are allowed
goblin.
to. Goblins are allowed to exist.
If goblins ever show face, they are slain.
Well, that's messed up.
Yeah, we are vermin. That's right. We hide in dark. We steal
you're
the
not.
children. We eat the babies.
Do you do any of that?
Do you do any of that yourself?
Me personally, no.
Then there are also
I
goblins
don't
who
think-
also don't do that.
Society has changed so much since Bulbo's day.
What a wonder. Passage of time.
Regardless, so you have two main goals today, although you are free to go wherever you want, right? Your main goals are go to the College of Mysteries and go to the Grand Bazaar, right?
Yeah.
But you can fuck around however much you want in this city, right? This is me being like, hey, welcome to Absalom. Have some fun. Go nuts. We've alluded to it so many times in past episodes, but we've never properly like explored it. So here's your chance. Go nuts.
This is true. Silk sighs. And he's like, hell, there's lots to do in the city. We could go straight to the bazaar and search around and maybe even just shop, but is there any place you guys wanted to see?
Well, I definitely wanted to see the Temple of Saren right here. I haven't been here. I haven't been there in a while.
We could drop by.
I'd only gone for a few very official things because there aren't a ton of champions in Otari, if you haven't noticed.
There is a lack, isn't there?
It's really unfortunate. I was also curious about seeing around the Starstone Cathedral.
It's an interesting place to walk. Ricky, did you want to go anywhere?
Oh my god.
Hello?
There's a bit of pink under that hood. It's been several years since I've been to the market, so I wouldn't mind dropping by there. Well, exploring a bit more, I suppose. Come to think of it, every trip I've had to Absalom has always been about wine and business, so honestly I could be taken anywhere.
That being said, as you are all kind of entering, because you know you have a lot of walking to do today, I think you do come across a few merchants who are renting animals to take you around the city for the day, to make it faster for you, so that you don't have to like, hey, this is a big city. You don't want to walk around the entire day. It will take you a long time.
Yeah.
But I think you see like a halfling who is like has a load of like rented animals, and you know he's like calling out, being like, transport for the day, get around the city at the center of the world for less than 10 gold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, why don't we get one of those?
We could do that.
Not a bad idea.
I'd hate to walk all the way to the center of the city.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Oh, no, I just think you should take more walks.
Absolutely not. You expect me to walk? Absalom? Listen, I lived here for so many years. It is a massive city. I never walked anywhere more than a mile.
How much money did you have? That has to be expensive.
I had a hefty allowance.
Allowance. All right, Mr. Rich Boy, let's get us transportation.
Please.
You approach the halfling, and he kind of looks up at you all and says, you're looking for some transport, huh? Well, what kind of transport are you looking for, bud? We've got camels, we've got hippocampi if you're looking for a marine job, we even have riding birds, and if you're feeling extravagant, we can even bring out one of our elephants to take you around the city.
Kinda tempted.
I'll warn you, it's not cheap. If you want an elephant, it'll cost you 10 measures. Or 1 sphinx.
Huh?
What the hell does that mean?
Oh, well, you know very well, Silk. A gold measure is a gold coin, and a platinum sphinx, it's a platinum coin.
Oh, fuck yeah. Silk reaches into his bag and pulls out a platinum coin.
Okay. Is this a coin that you have earned in Otari? Or is this from your... Like, this is me asking you. Is this an Otari coin or an Absalom coin?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's not going to matter. It's just what he says about it.
I think it is an Otari coin.
Okay. He takes a look at it, and he squints. Then he bites it a little bit. And he looks at you and says, okay. Not minted by the city, but it'll go. You're looking for an elephant, right?
Yes.
Okay, Stampy. We'll get you Stampy. He's a big boy, a little old, a little senile, but, you know, he's fine. He hasn't crushed nobody yet.
Yet? Oh, wonderful.
Yet.
And you have a horse there. Do you want us to hold onto your wagon and stuff? We can do that for a quick penny. That's a copper coin.
Oh, then, yes, of course, here. And Ulrich hands over the reins.
Okay, well, we'll take good care of him while you're out with Stampy. Now, enjoy your day in the city at the center of the world. And indeed, out comes a fucking elephant.
Oh my god.
Here
He's
you go.
literally just a little guy.
Stampy.
He is very well dressed. He's got like a little, he's got like cloth on his head, jewelry around his tusks. He's got a little thing on his back for you to like get into. And yes, he's fucking huge. But most of the streets in Absalom are very wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he lets you onto his back and you all get up and then, whoa, he gets up. I think, dear sweet Borbo is shivering.
Oh no.
This is like a horse, but worse.
Oh, Bobo, it's quite alright. He's very friendly.
What is this foul thing?
He's an
It's not
elephant.
foul, he's just an elephant.
I have not heard of this creature.
They're new.
They're not new.
Stampy stands up tall and lets out a trumpet. Before whoever is taking the reins, he starts guiding you in that way.
It's not Silk.
Well,
Fiore will do it if no one else does.
Silk will backseat drive, but he would never grab any reins.
Ulrich is comfortable with horses. I don't know about.
he's a very sweet elephant for what it's worth.
He's our best friend now.
Yeah.
Ulrich will probably take the reins
Okay.
then.
He's a big boy. He is very gentle. I think anytime you guide him in a way that might startle a horse, like, whoa, careful, he very politely will stop and start. You get the feeling he's very used to people not knowing how to he's very well trained, is what I'm saying. He's a gentleman.
Okay, good. Okay.
I love you,
good.
Stampy.
I love you too, he says.
Scary.
The
All right.
The good news
This is beautiful.
he is beautiful. Because he's a big fucking guy, he is able to move at 40 feet around, which essentially means that he can move at 4 miles an hour, right? The city itself is enormous. It stretches 7 miles from top to bottom.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a particularly big city by our standards, but this is a fantasy city.
Yeah.
You know, they're fucking crazy over there.
That is pretty big, actually.
Yeah, he is taking you through the streets. So it'll take you about, I will say, an hour to go from top to bottom of this city on the elephant. On foot, it would be way more. I think it's maybe 11 a.m. right now. So I'm going to be just keeping an eye on the time to make sure that you guys don't, waste too much of it. Regardless, where are you headed first?
We're headed to the bazaar.
Okay. Are you taking any stops? Because you would see the Starstone Cathedral. You would go through the Ascendant Court, which is where all the holy stuff is, and that would also be the Temple of Serenray.
Okay, hold on. If we're going through a route, I think that they do. We don't have to do a whole thing, but I think they do stop at the Starstone Cathedral to do a look. Silk is that's where that is, and this is where this is, and one time this guy did this here.
Well, I think it would be amiss not to talk about the Ascendant Court, because it is magnificent.
Yeah. We'll stop in the Ascendant Court.
Yeah. So the Ascendant Court, it is the heart of Absalom. It is the home to the Starstone Cathedral, where any comer might someday join the other Ascendant gods. Surrounding the temple are a dizzying array of shrines, churches, and other holy places, where faithful from all manner of religions pay tribute or seek divine healings. Right? No part of Absalom encapsulates the nature of the city, its contradictions and complexities quite so thoroughly as here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you're walking through, you see that there's literally a temple to basically any god you can imagine. Yes, there is the Azari Palace, which was once the Temple of Aradin. So sad. But you see other stuff like the Bank of Absalom, the world-influencing center of trade, and the Temple of the Archbankers of Abadar. Caden's Hall, which was once the pub which Caden Kalen himself got drunk in. And that's where he left, right? That's where
really
he
cute,
was
actually.
when he was he was nearby the Starstone Cathedral. He got drunk and he decided, hey, fuck it, I'll come back. And it's now the biggest Church of Caden Kalen in the world. There's the Chelaxian Embassy with its fascist-like symbols of Asmodeus everywhere.
I just know that thing gets tagged.
No, it really doesn't.
Really?
I don't know, Dave. Would you tag the priests that can use divination magic to find out who did it and then damn you to hell and curse devils on you? I wouldn't.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's true.
But there, most impressively, is the Starstone Cathedral. It is this massive, incredible church standing on an island in the middle of a huge chasm. Anyone who wants to go in here, if they can cross that gap in a way that has not been done before, they will be able to enter the cathedral and start the quest of the Starstone. And every year, hundreds of people die trying. You know this because as you're riding Stampy through it, there's the Shrine of the Failed, a giant mausoleum for where the families of failed Starstone aspirants build a grim stone monument to honor their late relatives' hopes. You see, like, for example, Gobru, a would-be god of fish and the sea's bounty, where her bereaved followers still sometimes go down to the waters to listen to their dead deity's voice in the waves. Ogo of the 16 Poses, a shrine with 16 shield-sized placards, each depicting the would-be deity in one of his famous poses. And Zimpar of the Screaming Eye, a befuddled mystic known as Zimpar, who claimed to have slept for a full year dreaming away across the chasm, and then, as soon as he actually tried to do the way he dreamt of, he fell and died. Anyway.
Oh,
Oops.
okay.
You hate to see it.
You know?
And yet, surrounding it on all sides are the merchants. As you guys are making your way through, I think you have to get off Stampy at this point to see like some of the more interesting sites, because he's a big guy and these places are very crowded.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Fiore, someone grabs at your shoulder, and it is a elven man, and he says, "You there? Would I be correct in saying that you're a follower of Sarenrae? I can judge by your armor."
Well, yeah.
Have you ever dreamt of fighting alongside her as a god yourself?
No.
Why not? You look like you could tell a story. Tell me your name, traveler. What is your name?
It's Fiore.
Fiore, that's a name I could worship. Listen, I don't normally do this.
Whoa.
Slow down there, buddy.
I don't normally do this. But
Uh-huh.
I have some special wares, and he opens up his coat. Some special wares that can help you get into the Starstone easy.
I'm not.
Is he doing this shit around the others too?
Yeah, fuck yeah, he is. He's shameless.
Do
It's
it.
so because like Fiore, don't listen to him. He's a peddler.
Ulrich is standing behind Fiore, menacingly staring.
I'm not trying to enter the Starstone Cathedral.
But you should consider it.
I don't want to be a god. That sounds intense.
But imagine the glory that would come with it, my friend.
I don't really care about glory. I'd rather serve my deity.
And what about having people serve you? And as this is happening, someone kind of, not just homicidal, but says, "Hey, excuse me, can you leave him alone? He said he's not interested. Thank you." And the guy scowls and finally pushes it away. And it's a Nephilim, a tiefling, as it were. A heavy guy with kind of like pale lilac skin. And he kind of turns and looks and says, "Sorry, the people here are very pushy sometimes when they catch wind that you're religious. Are you okay?"
Oh, no, I'm fine. It didn't freak me out. I was just confused.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot as well. I mean, I am trying to become a god, but that's different. Hi, my name's Panacea. He offers a hand.
Oh my god! Hold on a minute. Give me a
Oh
fucking
no.
Fucking god. He's back in the fucking building.
He's back. He's back.
I can't escape it, nor
This
would I
poor
want to.
motherfucker. Okay, wait. No, so the story has changed. He's trying to become a god now. He's not Eridan anymore.
I don't know what you're referring to. You'll have to converse with him to find out.
Okay.
We've never met him.
I don't
Fiore's
The
He's
like,
a
Bolio in me
strange
is
man.
like stunned that we've progressed anywhere.
Fiore's like, you're trying to become a god? Not that I'm.
Well, I was a god in a past life, actually.
Uh-huh.
And
What?
he lowers his voice a little bit and says, "I don't wish to alarm you, but I'm actually the reincarnation of Aroden.
Oh. Wow, that's insane.
He nods like, yeah, I know, right? Maybe not in the way you imagine.
He's just caught so off guard. He's not even mad or offended. He's just like, wow, this guy is like 100% sure.
And I kind of found that, you know, I went on a pilgrimage to learn more about myself, and turns out I did some things that could be deemed problematic in my past life. And I'm, you know, just kind of, I'm here to give myself a cult of following as a god of redemption and rebirth.
Well, I admire that.
Thank you. I'm actually raising funds for that. It's quite expensive to like make a whole new way to enter into the Starstone Cathedral, and I am looking to expand my church a little bit. Right now, it's mostly like a lot of Shuni, which is fine. I love them, but
sorry, that's really cute.
you know, if you're like, I know you, sir, are obviously a servitor of Saren Ray. But and he turns now his attention to Silk and Ulrich. If either of you are looking to find a new god, and he pulls out a little booklet. I have a list of reasons you should consider following me.
Yes, sorry, I worship Shellen. I'm good.
Right, yeah, no, sorry, yes, of course.
Hal Kimura for me.
I've not heard of that one.
Arastal's daughter.
Oh,
Goddess of the Harvest.
that's interesting.
It's not very well known, I understand.
Well, at the very least, I'm sorry about the man bothering you, and I hope you're doing okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for helping. I was kind of just lost for words. I've never had anybody try and convince me I should become a god.
It happens a lot more than you'd imagine.
Is this like a thing?
Oh yeah, people make a lot of money off it. It's a whole industry.
That's messed up! People die doing that!
Well, yes, but...
Mark looks at Silk like,
yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not... Some people have succeeded, he says, anxiously.
Of course, I'm just saying it's messed up to try and profit off of that.
I mean, maybe. It's not as bad as people who sell entry into their church.
Sell entry into their church?
Yeah. Oh, some people sell entry into their church and, like, say, when I become a god, I'll pay you back. And lots of people do it, and then they don't actually do it. So, you know,
Yeah, because they die.
Oh my god.
Well, no, they actually don't even try.
Oh my god.
But not me. I'm just letting you know, I'm not like that. I do intend on, like, truly becoming a god of rebirth and redemption. And if you... I actually have copies of my would-be holy text. If you want to give them to people. Where are you from?
We're from a small town called Otari.
Okay, I don't think I've been to that one. I was hoping you were, like, in the Swordlands. I've been there a good few times with the circus. But...
Oh no, we're from a tiny town with like no one in it who like worships like only one god ever.
His eyes widen and says, are you serious?
Yeah, they're totally dedicated to only one, and they're definitely not interested in others right now.
But if there's only one, that means there's probably a lot of people who aren't really that dedicated in general, right?
Oh no, they are like so into it.
Ritz, you can't convince him not to come. I love him.
He bites his lip a little bit and says, What's the name of this town?
Otari?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. But do take, and he puts these fucking mini Bibles into your hands. Do take these, and like, if there's anyone you think that might be interested, you know, tell them all about Panacea the Reborn, and you know, maybe in 10 years I'll have gained enough power to go. You know, so yeah, thank you.
Well, good luck.
Yes, have a nice day.
Okay, good luck. Have a nice time in Absalom. Bye-bye now. Bye.
I can't proselytize for a different god.
I'm not doing this now.
You throw the Bible over your shoulder.
Yeah, fully.
Fiore keeps it, but not because he believes in it. He's just like so curious as to what like a guy who thinks that they're a god would write into their own holy text, because it's like it's not the same as like, oh well, this is, you know, like Iomade and her holy text. This is a guy. This is just some guy.
Also, weird claim to say that Aradin did some problematic stuff. Like, that guy's great.
Yeah.
We all love
Yeah, that guy
Aradin.
rules. We all love it.
He made Absalom!
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Great guy.
Uh-huh.
Fiore feels neutral on him because he's like, I like Sarenrae, and everybody else comes second.
I can't wait for Fiore to read this Bible and be like, Aradin did what?
He's like, we need to start looking into this.
Oh my god.
I think Ulrich is like flipping through the pages, landing on one and just reading it for a second, just going, I need to know what's going on in here.
Ulrich, make me a bardic lore check to read this book real quick.
Bardic lore, okay. Private?
Yeah, that's fine. It says something here about a radioactive desert underground filled with undead elves.
He squints at that.
This is starting to sound a whole lot like this is what Scientologists actually believe type shit.
Like, yeah, I don't know about this one. I'll be honest, I don't know about this one. He pockets it, but still.
Why don't we go to the Sarenrae temple before we get stopped by any more wannabe gods?
Yeah, might as well.
I don't understand how people can want to do that. I mean, not that it's like bad to do it. It just seems like a lot of responsibility.
It's certainly something.
I'm happy just taking care of the town.
Yeah, I don't know about worship among many people. That just
you don't want to have thousands of worshippers
it's too much. No, it's too much.
all listening to everything you say and do.
Let's get away from here.
You mount Stampy once you're past this busy area. Like, I think you like got off Stampy to go look at the church, got caught in the crowds, and you're like, oh fuck, and you went back to Stampy.
You're like,
You
Stampy, I missed you.
Stampy, get us out of here.
Stampy, please help us, please.
Please let us back. Get us out of here.
Stampy lets out a very patient trumpet. You make your way through the winding streets towards the Temple of the Shining Star. The soaring minarets and shining domes of the glorious Temple of the Shining Star stands near the Starstone Chasm, its facade perfectly placed to catch the first rays of sunrise each morning. As the largest temple of Sarenrae north of Katir, the Temple of the Shining Star commands a place of respect and note in the Ascendant Court skyline. Scion Lady Zelachir of House Shamid leads the faithful here, and every morning she stands before a sprawling sundial known as the Mark to watch as the first sunbeams of the day cast the first shadow, at which point she gives the call to sound a clarion of joyous horns from each of the temple's towers to announce the arrival of the new day. While many claim the Mark is the largest sundial in the world, Lady Zelachir waives these claims, noting that even the smallest sundial can still tell the time, and as such, a sundial's size is an irrelevant point of interest. That being said, as you approach it and you're in the courtyard, holy shit, that's a big sundial.
Damn.
Whoa. It's still big. I thought it'd feel smaller to me when I got older and taller, but it's still just as big.
It's massive.
Quite massive, yeah.
Do you mind if we go inside for a minute?
I don't mind.
Not at all.
Thank you. Sorry. He sort of like excitedly he goes to go inside the thing. I think he wants to, you know, when you visit a church and you it's not like you go to a mass, but it's like you go to like when you visit the church and you do a small prayer before leaving after looking around. It's like that's what he's planning to do.
Yeah. This place, as you enter, it looks like a mosque.
Like the really colorful.
It's fucking beautiful. Blues and reds and golds. It is gorgeous. it kind of looks like the Nasir al-Mulk Mosque in Iran. As you enter, it's like there are a lot of tourists, obviously. Like you see, I think, like maybe a Konrasu, which is a giant tree orb. Don't ask, look it up. Conrasu. Look it up at home and be like, oh, holy shit. It's a tree orb. That's the only way I can put it. Seems to be speaking to a gnome and like carefully pointing out some beautiful reliefs carved into the walls. Fiore, you are able to find a kind of like mat area that you're able to pray with. There's a lot of other people here who are praying as well. And I want to ask, what is each of you doing in this place? Because there might be cool stuff that happens if you do different stuff here.
God, it's gorgeous.
It's incredibly gorgeous. Like sunlight beams through stained windows, and it like paints the place in all these incredible colors.
I've put a few pictures in Home Sweet Home. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's so fucking pretty.
If you guys, the Nasir al-Mulk Mosque in, also known as the Pink Mosque. If you look it up, you'll get a good idea of what this place kind of looks like. It's incredibly colorful, almost like dazzlingly so.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is each of you doing in the mosque?
Well, Fiore is here to do a prayer and also look around because it's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Silk and Ulrich, what are you guys doing?
I think Ulrich might just be walking around the insides and taking in probably like the colors and the architecture, maybe.
Interesting. Okay. And Silk, what about you?
Honestly, Silk might just be with them because I was thinking about doing that too. And Silk is a lover of pretty sights.
Okay. So I want the two of you to make me a perception check, please. Okay. And Fiore, I want you to make me a religion check.
Okay.
Okay. So Fiore, you kind of kneel on a prayer mat that is in front of like a stained glass window, and you just kind of bask in it. You let the sun, I think like maybe you take off your armor just because that's the proper thing to do here. Mm-hmm. And you let the sun kiss your skin. And you just deeply meditate on Sarenrae. You probably say a few prayers in Kelish, which is like the language often spoken in masses in bigger temples like this. Mm-hmm. And as you pray, because you are going to the center of like worship here, you went out of your way for this. I am going to do something I never get to do. I'm very pleased I get to. I'm going to give you the minor boon of Sarenrae.
Oh my goodness.
Your healing hands are blessed with a warm flame. Once, and only ever once, when you heal another creature, instead of healing it for the normal amount, you heal the creature for its full hit points, no matter how much damage it has taken.
Holy shit.
So this will only ever happen once. And you won't get to decide when it happens. It'll be Sarenrae who decides. But she's like, thank you for coming here, and thank you for praying. I bless you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not huge, but it's her noticing you came and being like, cool, thanks, man.
I love the idea of her just saying thanks, man.
She's like, pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Ulrich and Silk, as the two of you walk around, I think, like, it's amazing, right? You have these priests wearing, like, gold and blue and red robes. You have, like, this amazing art. But I think one wall catches your attention. A wall of carved faces. And these faces, they're, like, all grouped into maybe groups of 4. And I think what you see is that they're marked as Dawnstar Angels, which you quickly get the idea is just a name given to little bands of Serenite clerics and paladins who will go around the city doing good, right? And sometimes they'll even go beyond. But you two catch something which is quite surprising. You see 3 familiar faces carved into the walls. Marked maybe 20 years ago. A halfling, a dwarf, and a human. A woman named Vandy Sunchaser. A woman named Rumina Dawnholm.
Mm-hmm.
and a human woman named Yanyasmera.
What? Huh?
Beg your fucking pardon.
Sure as sure can be, that would appear to be Vandy, Rumina, and the fucking leader of the Thieves Guild that Fiore is always beefing with?
I really like the wording of that. Beefing with
Oh
him.
my god.
The one where she was like weirdly overly familiar with him, Silk?
Silk like turns to Ulrich and is like, there is some kind of weird situationship going on, and I need to know what it is right now.
I have to say I'm curious too.
There's something, right? Like that's... What?
That's got to be a thing. It has to be a thing.
Absolutely. Wait. We should dip our noses in later. Right? You and me. Would you like to?
Yes. I think that'd be nice.
You guys are able to meet up and discuss with each other after your nice little trip to the Temple of the Shining Star. What are you guys doing?
Good. Silk is like, Fiore,
Yeah?
did you enjoy walking around?
Oh, yeah, I did a little prayer, and I feel really good.
Oh, that's great.
Happy for you.
What? Why are you... I don't know. You're just acting weird.
Your family's been here before, right?
Yeah. It's not like we've ever lived here, but, I mean...
No. Have you guys ever, taken anyone with you when you come visit? Just curious.
No? I mean, maybe we would have gone with a few more of the, clergy, but not like anybody in particular. Why do you ask?
Well... Have you seen that wall over there?
He goes to look?
Yeah, it's a wall which shows like people, like little, basically, adventuring parties of all Sarenrae people who were active in the city.
Yeah.
And you've seen, your mom's on there, right?
Yes. I've seen him.
Yadia's bear is there, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, I know about that. She used to adventure with my mom's.
What?
What?
Yeah, they had a really big falling out.
What? You've never told us?
It didn't seem relevant.
It's so relevant, I want to know so badly.
Is that why she was so familiar with you?
Yes.
She's like your evil gay aunt.
Was it like... What, was it bad? Was it like money troubles? Was it like... Did someone hurt someone? What happened? Were they a thing?
I don't know if they were a thing, and I don't want to know. But
Yanya's Mara fuck your mom, Fiore?
it's like, I don't even want to know
Or
even
both?
a little bit. I mean, you know how my parents don't really adventure anymore?
Yes.
Well,
Uh-huh.
she wanted to keep doing that, and she was mad that they wanted to settle down. And also, she was not very good at following Sarenrae's words. So she joined
Oh.
a thieves guild as like a petty fuck you. And now she's just doing that, and she's really good at it. They still argue whenever they see each other.
Ah.
So let's just put this clear, right? They were an adventuring party. They find Fiore. Vandy is like, maybe we should settle down and take care of this kid. Rumina's like, that sounds good to me. Yanyasmera's like, are you fucking kidding me? We're Dawnflower Angels, we're supposed to just adventure all the time. And they're like, man, can you be quiet? And she's like, can you be quiet? And And they're like, you always keep stealing shit anyway. Why do you fuck off? Stop getting on our dicks. And it's like, you know what? You're gonna settle down in this town? Is that where you're settling down? In this town? Okay.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm done with the church, and you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm joining the Thieves Guild.
That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
No wonder! The fucking family's like, don't fucking Ganyasmera sucks.
Yeah.
The fucking ancient, like...
That's some delicious beef.
That's the ancient lesbian beef, right?
It's
That's some
important.
good shit.
It's 20
important
years in the
lesbian.
making.
Thank God. Fiore's like, yeah, I didn't realize that you would have wanted to know. It just didn't really seem that relevant because
It's juicy gossip. Of course I want to know, Fiore.
I'm not gonna. I don't usually gossip about my moms.
They've apparently had very interesting lives.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were adventurers. They stopped when they found me. Not because I did anything wrong or anything. I just was a small child.
Yes, you were a kid, and then they decided to raise you, which is very good of them.
Hard to adventure with a baby, I imagine.
Quite.
Just a little bit.
So, would you guys like to head into the Grand Bazaar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dice will roll will return after these messages. We now return to Dice will roll.
Well, you guys leave the temple. You get on Stampy, who very kindly lets down, gets back up.
I love you, Stampy.
He's great. It's a shame he's not gonna... You know what? Maybe he'll join the party.
Yes, please. We need another party that has an elephant in it, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, next campaign, have an elephant.
I didn't use Kimbo enough.
Yeah. You guys make your way into the Coins District. And the Coins District is the commercial hub of the city.
Mhm.
A bustling mercantile quarter hosting an almost endless array of shops, wares, and independent traders. Merchant houses, caravans, unscrupulous brokers making high-stake bets or manipulating prospective outcomes. And then, side by side with the fucking extravagance of the coin's riches are the most dire examples of squalor and poverty in any city. And of course, that pushes people into Thieves Guild, so watch out.
Yippee!
But you're not really staying here, right? Yes, there's the Grand Dance Hall of Kortos. Yes, there's the Clockwork Cathedral, the home of all learning of clockwork science in Absalom. What you're going to is the Grand Bazaar, an outdoor market so large they wrote an entire book about it. It is you are now. I'm showing you the map. You see how huge this is, right?
Yeah, it's
Massive.
pretty big.
It's massive. It's so big that you can literally see it. If you went if you look at a map of Absalom, you can just see this one colorful blotch of shops, and that's here we are. There are so many shops. I could literally roll you a D100 of stores, and there would be hundreds of them. But there are also some particular stores which have particularly in-depth kind of inventories, backgrounds, all that stuff, right? So, on this map of the place, there are several numbered locations. You can explore. You can go wherever. If you stop outside a numbered location and ask, what's in here? I could tell you what you see from an outside glance, right?
Hmm.
So, you know that you are here looking for Wolfsbane. And somewhere
Yes.
in this market is the stuff you're looking for. But there's also so much more beyond that. So, fellas, I allow you to go investigating. Where do you want to go? And you can all split up if you so choose.
Yeah, I think that once they kind of get to the market, and Silk knows how big it is, once the other two kind of see how big it is, he's like, shall we split and maybe save ourselves a little time looking for the Wolfsbane?
Yeah, we could do that. We should meet up here. in the same place later. And if you get lost, look for here.
Perhaps Stampy can let out
Can
the
do.
trumpets when someone comes back. So keep an ear out for the
Ooh.
trumpeting.
Could you
It's a
do
good
that,
idea.
Stampy?
Stampy nods, and you're like, whoa!
Oh,
I wasn't expecting him to understand that.
When did you learn to do that?
good boy, Stampy. Silk pets his trunk.
Stampy nods a little bit. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Silk tells him he's a very good boy.
He nods appreciatively.
I love him.
Where are you guys headed?
Silk is off in a random direction because he doesn't know exactly what shop would sell us, but he probably knows maybe if a general area where they sell those kinds of things, maybe. But he mostly
Maybe.
pays attention to like fashion shit, to
Yeah.
be quite honest.
If you're looking for fashion shit, there are a couple of actual fashion stores.
He's
You
not
can-
not looking for it.
But like, if you happen upon it, right?
Yeah, it's fate.
Opening up the fashion store. Yeah, okay. Cool. Silk, as you're walking along, you come across a particular store, which it is a polished white stone boutique with nearly every inch covered in sprawling, lifelike reliefs of blooming ivy, berry-laden branches, and small animals such as songbirds, foxes, and hares. And you're like, oh, well, surely this shop called Material Changes, surely that's where we can find some wolfsbane. I mean, look, they've got plants growing outside. And of course, as soon as you walk inside, and you do smell the smell of fresh fir tips and petrichor, but there's also marble floors, the color of freshly fallen snow, and plaster bas reliefs depicting birch trees, and a mysterious human woman with like a red dress, a blue cape with white fur trim around the neck, and like pale skin and platinum blonde hair. She kind of leans over the counter and says, "Welcome to Material Changes. Beauty can be a cage, and the flesh can be a prison. The purpose of our art is not the obfuscation of truth, but its revelation. What can we do for you, my friend?"
Oh. Art. Well, actually, I was here to ask if you had any wolfsbane by chance.
This is a fashion store, my friend.
But you're so plenty.
I do like plants.
They are gorgeous.
Oh, yes, I know. It's all part of the aesthetic, yes?
Completely. But I'm not complaining if you're actually a fashion store. Show me your wares.
Well, let's see. We have the mirror robe, and like she shows you this robe made of thousands of small reflective mirror shards, which have been carefully stitched together to make a long silk duster. And you can do all sorts of cool magic stuff with that. We have the quick wig, and she picks up a wig, she taps it, and it changes to suddenly turn into like long flowing hair. She taps it and it becomes a pixie cut. She taps it and it becomes a full like braided hair and a beard and mustache. We have a wig of holding, which she pulls out a wig, she puts her hand in and she pulls out like a set of keys, puts it back in. And of course, the wardrobe stone, and she holds a little stone with a wardrobe on it.
What does that do?
Well, and she holds it in her hand and closes her eyes. And she stays like that for a few seconds. And then maybe a few seconds more, and she's like clicking her tongue a little bit. And you're like, okay, what's going on? And then she opens her eyes, and suddenly there's a flash of like red light, and she's wearing a completely different outfit. She is wearing like some tight pants, a really like flowy white shirt. She's got like a red swashbuckler's cape, and she's like, and it can do even more than that, of course.
Oh, and you're really wearing it?
Oh no, this is an illusion.
Ugh.
Ugh. She says, annoyed. She's like, excuse me?
What's the point of having clothes if you can't actually wear them?
To reveal the true self.
The true self lies within the art I make. Thank you very much, but I'm not interested in that item.
Well, then I'm sure you won't be particularly interested in the other illusory fashion, which is a perfectly valid art form, thank you very much.
Absolutely not, because I'm very deep in my own perfectly valid art form, which is making clothes myself. Thank you.
These two things do not have to exist against one another.
No, they don't, but I choose to exist away from it.
She hums at you.
He hums back.
She does grit her teeth and says, well, we do have this. And she pulls out the most fucking insane outfit you've ever seen.
What is it?
Like, it's just... It is real. This one is real. There's no magic to it.
Okay.
But it is like... It's got like a massive collar, like spiderweb patterns up the sleeves, it's got like a weird, like matching headscarf that goes with it, and the headscarf goes over the eyes and makes new eyes, you know? Like, it's this crazy shit.
Ooh, edgy, I like it.
It's experimental clothing. It's custom tailored in radical avant-garde styles by independent dressmakers,
I'm so into avant-garde styles.
utilizing expensive or eccentric materials. Basically, this will give you, it'll really help you in with the in crowd, the rich in Absalom. But not the fucking people who don't know shit about fashion.
Right.
Does that, like, mechanically give me anything or no?
Yeah, it gives you a +1 item bonus to diplomacy checks against people who would appreciate fashion, and a -1 to anyone else.
Are you serious? That's
The
so
unfashionable see this and they're like, what the fuck?
funny. Honestly, I don't even give a shit about the mechanics of it. I think Silk kind of just wants it.
Yeah. She nods when you show interest, and she's like, that'll be 25 marks. It's 25 gold.
I thought so. Okay.
Perfect.
He hands over 25 gold.
Okay. Sorry,
Would
I
you
love
back
the...
that up for me?
Oh yes, we have a changing room as well if you want it.
Oh, no, thank you. I quite like my outfit today, but I'll wear it tomorrow.
It is... A minor disagreement aside, it's a very nice outfit.
It is quite beautiful. Craftsmanship is to die for.
Oh yes, I can tell. She's like, bites her lip a little bit, being like, don't fight the customers. So that's 25 gold, and you get an experimental outfit. If you're ever really looking to impress someone, this will basically give you an outfit which, hey, if they appreciate fashion, this will make them really listen to you.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then fuck them.
Fuck him. I wouldn't want to listen to them anyways.
Exactly. Fiore and Ulrich, are any of you interested in anything that you see on the map? Any numbers? Any houses you're like, what's over here?
22, maybe.
22, okay.
It just has a strange tree, so I was curious about it.
There is indeed a strange-looking tree over here. Let me tell you about this place. This is Reclaimed Paradise.
Okay.
As you enter, you see the tree from afar, and you're like, that's pretty cool. And then you, like, hesitate. Because what you're seeing appears to be... Like, it looks like an upscale spa resort, right? Like, there's a 14-foot tall white stone wall. There's a big, beautiful palm tree, and, like, lots of, like, vegetable stuff. And, like, it's very nice and quiet. And then you step inside, and you see vehicles and, like, scrap stuff. There's, like, giant cogs on the floor and stuff.
Okay.
And you see the guy that's coming up to you is like an orc, like a full orc, wearing like overalls and like goggles and like grease stains all over her, right?
Uh-huh.
And she says,
Hello there, my name's Clement Falk. Welcome to Reclaimed Paradise. You were created, destroyed, and rebuilt by other people in this world, but only you can decide where you are in that process.
Whoa.
What can I help you with today, son?
Well, I was exploring the bazaar, so I actually don't really know what you sell here.
Well, this is where we sell the best vehicles in all of Absalom.
Vehicles to people in Galarian would be like what?
Boats, carts.
Like carts?
Consider them mechanical carts.
We have, for example, and she pulls out a weird fucking machine. It's like an engine with 2 light bulbs in either corner, and then giant, long metal pipes that act as legs.
This is a strider. You ride on top of this thing, and it acts like a horse.
And it's a machine?
Yes, look.
Actually, the little light bulbs actually do kind of look like eyes, and it looks like it's like a little smiley face.
Dude, it's a scuttle buggy.
It kind of looks like a low-tech Boston Dynamics doggy, except it's, in fact, not a weapon of war, but a car.
It's just a car.
We also have shark divers.
She pats a submarine.
Whoa. What?
Firework pogos.
And she takes out a pogo stick, which has fireworks attached to the bottom.
What? Whoa.
And this one here, this is a really impressive one. This idea is from the far-off nation of Alkenstar. It's a velocipede.
And she takes out what appears to be a, it's like a tin metal thing with 2 wheels, right? And she says, come on, sit on this, okay?
Okay.
And
okay.
You see these 2 things here? They're pedals. You kind of like push on them, and that makes the wheels spin, and then that'll push you along as well.
Okay. He tries to do that.
Make me a acrobatics check to balance.
Jesus
Oh, no.
Christ.
Fiore, you fall. She lets go of you, and you fall off the fucking bike on your face.
Ow.
Okay, yeah, this is not really catching on as much as I thought it would, but it's fine.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. If you're interested in buying this velocipede to be the most stylish person in your hometown, this is what you want. For a crisp 60 marks.
I've been hearing that a lot. I'm not from here. I'm from... Is that...
Gold pieces in common words.
Oh, okay. My town is pretty small. We're just a small... We're tiny. So I don't know that this would be good for me, but... This is really
It helps
cool.
you get around your town very nicely.
Using my legs is good exercise for me.
This will let you lose your legs, even better than just walking.
She's really trying to sell you this bike, man.
You can't sell him the bike.
Do you talk your way out of it?
I think he does, but he does spend like a minute telling her how cool it is that she has this stuff, because he's never seen anything even remotely like this, and I think he's legitimately incredibly impressed.
She is very pleased. You find out that this place was a spa once, and she kind of bought it at a discount, but she liked the trees, so she kept them.
That's cute.
So that's what you get from your little times traveling. Ulrich, is there anywhere you're looking at thinking, maybe this place will sell me Wolfsbane?
I see a massive fucking treehouse, but I also see a tower.
A tower, okay. Which one are you more interested in?
I don't know. Probably the treehouse, because, Ulrich.
Okay, so you make your way towards the treehouse, and let me tell you what shop that is. As you approach the treehouse, it is literally a massive tree, and there seems to be a business built into it. with a door standing open with a beaded curtain shielding the inside. And it is labeled as Urban Garden Jewelers.
Interesting. Okay, so Ulrich is like, oh, maybe this will be the place where I can probably get Wolfsbane, hopefully.
You make your way inside, and it seems that this place is, like, empty, maybe?
Oh. Strange.
Like, you look around, and there's no one here. There's a lot of jewelry, I will say, which is very, very pretty. But there's no one here. Oh shit! What's that falling from the ceiling? Ah! And a fucking guy drops from the ceiling, and he stands up, and he's like this wooden mass. He's wearing like a little hat with a feather in it, but like he seems to be made of like bark and leaves. Even his coat seems to be made of leaves. And he just kind of stares at you in silence.
I think after the initial shock, Ulrich clears his throat and says, hello, I take it you're the owner of this place?
He says nothing.
He blinks.
He goes, he tries to scare you.
I'm just kidding. Hello, sorry, yeah, I'm just messing around. I like to, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, hi. My name's Urban
hello.
Garden. You can call me I am the shopkeeper, yes.
Okay. Hello.
What can I do you for? Welcome to my store. Are you looking to get yourself something fancy?
He's acting like he didn't just do the most deranged shit in the world. He like turns around and starts prancing off.
Right. I was wondering if you had any Wolfsbane or knew a place that has any.
Ooh, well, I know I'm a Leshy and everything.
What the fuck? This guy's 5'4". How's he leshy?
I know I'm a Leshy and everything, but I myself don't know a lot about no botanical stuff. You know, I'm more of a gems guy.
Oh. Well, what gems do you have around here?
Well, let's see. It's mostly put into jewelry, but I have
And he like pulls up like a brooch with finely cut garnet. He pulls up a crown wreathed in flames and golden gems. He pulls out a gem that seems to be made of flesh.
What?
Yeah. A magnifying glass made of magnificent crystal. A jewel, which even as you look into it, it seems to reflect you from the third person. With your hood down.
Oh, that's trippy for Ulrich.
And a weird staff with a load of like gemstones pushed in, and it just kind of draws your attention in a weird way.
Anything that seems up your alley?
I'm not sure if this is up my alley specifically, but I'm curious about that staff.
Oh, well, let me ask you, my friend. Are you a practitioner of the occult?
I'm bad, so kind of.
Yes. Well, this is a staff of the Dreamlands. What do you know about the Dreamlands, boy?
What do you know about the Dreamlands, Terry?
The Dreamlands are like a weird plane. When you go to sleep, your mind drifts, right? And your consciousness literally transfers to the plane called the Dreamlands, where everyone's dreams are their own subplane in a little bubble, right? And in these bubbles, anything is possible. Trees can grow as tall as skyscrapers. Mushrooms can act as bouncy castles. It's very it's very Little Nemo in Slumberland. I would recommend checking it out. The old comics. I think literally one of the first comics ever made. I wrote about it in my fucking thesis. Where they were like, they experimented with panels being weird shapes and sizes for the first time. And like, you'll see stuff like a giant turkey eating a house. The moon with a face on the front, opening his mouth and a clown coming out, right? That's what
Whoa.
the Dreamlands are. And there are some creatures which jump from bubble to bubble to bubble. But this particular staff, it will allow you to cast some interesting spells. For example, Daze, Alarm, Deja Vu, Sleep, Phantasmal Treasure, Silence, you know? Like, these are some
Okay.
pretty interesting staves.
Huh, okay. Interesting. Very eye-catching.
You seem drawn to it.
Well, I mean, it is quite eye-catching.
Yeah, there's like a beautiful, like, it's a red ruby in the middle, and I think it is like, whoa. There's something about that makes you, like, trip out, you know? And you don't know what. It's 250 gold if you're interested.
Give me a second as I look through Ulrich's purse. Well, I could probably afford it. Fuck it, why not here?
Are you gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Okay. This will take basically all of your gold. Like, there will be only a little bit left. But there is something like, you don't know why, but there is something calling out to you in this item.
Yeah. Ulrich is sitting there like, I still need to buy that wolfsbane. I don't know how expensive that's gonna be.
I think probably the Stone Circle Druids have given you money specifically for the Wolfsbane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You just have to go get it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. I will be using diplomacy.
Okay, try to haggle with him.
Yeah.
Okay, 23, pretty good. And Ulrich, what do you say to him to try and get the price down?
You know, just started adventuring and all, and I don't have all the money in the world just quite yet, but this is great stuff, and I'd really, really like to put it to use. Plus, this ruby's giving me some vibes.
I think he bites his lower woody lip and says, "To be entirely honest, it's not really selling as well as I would have liked. It's been here for a few months now. How much are you offering?"
What was the original price?
Original price was 250.
I could do 180.
That's 180 more than I'll get from it sitting here. And he hands you the staff. Congratulations!
I got a weird staff.
You got a really weird stick. Now, you'll have to, you'll have to wield this, and I don't think you can invest in both the Entertainer's Loot and the Staff of the Dreamlands on the same day.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's just, you're getting a feeling from it.
Yeah.
He smiles, he takes your money, which is a lot of your coin. Like, a lot of it.
Basically all of it.
Thankfully, you do have those coin purses from the druids to, buy the Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
Regardless, there is no sign of Wolfsbane here.
Yeah.
So, he smiles and he waves you off, but, oh gosh, this is going to be quite a pickle, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it is then by complete sheer fortune that you bump into someone
Oh.
who seems to be holding a fuck ton of, weird plants.
Yeah.
It is a halfling who is just kind of he bumps into you and is like, "Hey, sorry," and he keeps walking past you.
Alex says, "Oh, no, wait. Oh, hang on, wait."
Look, I'm not interested in buying anything. I've already spent all my cash on this, so if you could just, let me walk past.
No. I just want to know where you got.
Not interested. No more money. No more money.
I just want to know where you got the herbs.
He turns and looks at you. He's a little halfling guy, and he squints a little bit and says, "What?"
I'm not from here. I just want to know where I can buy some herbs.
What kind of herbs? If you're looking for, parsley and stuff, that's not what I've got here.
Wolfsbane.
Oh, wow, that is a peculiar one. Okay, you don't really hear that very often.
Yeah. And I'm having some trouble navigating my way, so... would you know a place?
He tilts his head a bit and says, hey, if you help me carry this stuff and put it over my car, I'll go show you. Because I've got to travel a fucking long way with this shit, and I'm... he points to himself, small, so...
Oh, yeah, no problem. Here, let me help.
Cool, thanks, man. And the little red-headed halfling helps you move some stuff, and it's a bit of back and forth between what appears to be his location, which is Mystic Herbs, which, very on-the-nose name, but it's behind, 5 or 6, little nooks and crannies. And he kind of grins, says, okay, yeah, well, I mean, you've seen the place now, but I'll help you with it, because you're pretty chill. My name's Jarek. What's your name?
Ulrich.
Cool, nice to meet you, Ulrich.
Good to meet you, too.
And this halfling kind of guides you back towards the Mystic Herbs and says, so what are you doing with all these?
I was commissioned to help with the brew, so to say, so,
Oh, you're like an herbalist?
Yes, I'm the town, kind of, my town's, herbalist.
Yeah, well, shit, that's really cool. I'm not really an herbalist guy. I get herbs, but mostly it's for talismans. I'm actually a student myself. This is for, a college thing.
Oh. So is this is it study on talismans, or?
I mean, it's my area of expertise, but, the College of Mysteries just kind of does whatever, so...
Huh. Interesting.
Hey, that's the school that you guys have to go to later. Smile.
Yeah. Ulrich is not going to mention too much.
He kind of beams a little bit and says, look, you go in here, you tell them that I sent you, and they'll give it to you, no problem. Usually there's a bit of, because it's poison, but if you're hey, I've got Jarek Riverspell sent you, you'll be cool, and they'll be cool, and, you'll get the poison. And, hopefully you don't kill someone, but you seem chill, so,
I'm quite careful with anything poisonous.
Pretty cool, okay. Look, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you around, man, and enjoy your poison.
Right. Thank you, Jarek.
No problem, man. See you around, Ulrich. And Jarek kind of hops down and scuttles off.
Okay.
And Ulrich, you go inside, you name drop him, and yeah, with no problem, they drop you a hefty dose of wolfsbane. And there you have it in your hand. Oh, shit.
That's much easier than I thought it'd be.
Do you want to head back to Stampy?
Yes.
Okay. Who gets back to Stampy first? Because Ulrich, you probably have to be quite a bit later, because, you did a few return journeys helping Jarek here with getting stuff. So, Fiore and Silk, between you, who do you think gets back to Stampy first?
I think Silk maybe made a few more stops, but I don't think he made a whole lot, because he was trying to focus on, finding the thing, but he kind of couldn't. So I think he gave up after not that long.
And Fiore, you get here. Do you head back immediately, or what's the plan with Fiore?
I think that he doesn't go back immediately. I think he's still looking around to see if he can find Wolfsbane. So he takes a while before he gets back, but he's not super shopping for himself. He probably the most time that he spends not looking for Wolfsbane is spent buying small souvenirs for people back home, which does take him a while because he would probably buy some for many people.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Regardless, you guys get back, and Ulrich's the last of them. Fiore and Silk, you two are with Stampy as a lizard folk child. Meekly plays with Stampy's trunk, and Stampy obliges.
Aww.
Best character, and it's so sad he's only for one thing.
You give him treats.
How, Ulrich, you return. You got the Wolfsbane. Woo! What's up?
Ulrich is very happily, like, coming back to everybody. He's like, he's grinning and everything with the little bag, and he's like, I got it!
You did? Oh, thank God.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I ran into a halfling that actually goes to the College of Mysteries. Jarek was his name, I believe? Yeah, I just told the people his name that, you know, I knew him, and they just gave me the wolfsbane.
Oh. That's great. No, that's fantastic. Oh, was it a lot?
Fury and Ulrich, you guys don't need to make a perception check. What the fuck just happened there?
Ulrich squints and goes, I mean, it was a few bunches, so I have enough to work. Are you okay?
Yeah, you look.
Oh my gosh. But now that we have it, we can go back to Atari, right?
No, no, we need to get the relic.
Oh. Stupid me, right. Was he, going back to College Mysteries? That guy?
Yeah, he said that he was working on a project with talismans or something. Maybe we could go tomorrow.
Why do you know that guy?
Silk. I think that the moment that Ulrich mentioned his name, I think the color kind of drained from his face. And he's very, I mean, you could tell he's very flustered. He's kind of like wringing his hands, like, yes, a little too well. Wow, that's awkward.
Ulrich tilts his head a bit.
Stampy also tilts his head for what it's worth.
Stampy, please. That was my ex-boyfriend.
Your ex?
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh. Huh.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about it.
No, it's okay.
It, probably best that he not see me.
Did you guys have a bad breakup?
That would be an understatement.
Oh.
How many days do they have left before the full moon?
Fucking not many. The full moon is this Sunday, and it is Monday now, and it'll take you at least 3 days to get home. At least.
Yeah, 3 days minimum because it was a good trip back. But it was a good trip here. I think I think Dario, you were saying that like if it's a bad trip, then it takes 5.
Yeah, if it's a bad trip, it'll take way
God.
more.
Silk bites his lip.
Maybe we won't run into him again.
This is really the worst case scenario. It could only get worse if we run into my parents.
Why don't we just pray and get it over with, right?
Well,
What's the worst that could happen?
okay, don't say that. Silk. If it's okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened in your past. I don't really care. Like, not that I don't care about you. I just mean, like, it's not relevant to me. You're you as you are now. If there's anything that we can do, if you need me to do more talking, I can do more talking. I don't think I'm bad at it. I'm not really a, like, big city type of guy, but I can talk to people. I'm not bad at that.
I know. Thank you. Pure, darling. It should be easier if I talk. I am a student still, technically. So. And I do know my way around.
Well, we're right here behind you.
I appreciate it.
And once this is finished, if you never want to come back here, You don't have to.
Thinking about the future is for later. Let's just dive in and see what happens.
It's just to save Atari and Absalom, and then we don't have to deal with it anymore.
Was he nice to you?
Yeah, he had a bunch of herbs, and then I helped him unload all of his stuff to a cart, and he let me basically use his own discount, so yeah, I guess I'd say so.
Chipper these days. Whatever. It'll be fine. I'm fine. You're fine. He's fine. We're fine. Why don't we make our way over? Stampy!
Stampy nods and he kind of like makes his way over. And I think he stamps playfully. Not like scarily. He's like, pump, pump. Are you ready to hop on?
Silk gets on. Yeah.
Fury and Ulrich, the two of you hopping on?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So with this out of the way, you make your way through the city. You're headed now northeast towards the Petal District, which is where the richest and oldest of families in Absalom live. Like, this is where the elite go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As Borbo kind of looks out from over your shoulder, Silk, he kind of, like, seems, like, amazed by what he's seeing. And he's like,
It's like seeing another planet to be walking through these streets. And you're serious? They really don't, like, just attack goblins anymore?
No, that's against the law.
It was against the law to let goblins not before. It was like, goblins are vermin. You must stop them.
Well, Bobo, society has changed, thankfully.
regardless, you guys are brought through the city, and there it is. The College of Mysteries. It is a massive collection of buildings with high walls and strange dark towers beyond them, right? Once upon a time, it wasn't even a school. It was the House of Secrets. And it was an esoteric secret society. But then the leaders turned it into a formal education institution as a reaction to the foundation of the Arcanumarium and re-establishing themselves as the College of Mysteries. Basically being like, well, if the poors can have a magic school,
Good lord.
we'll make a better one for the super rich. And it already existed as like a magic secret society, so technically speaking, it's older than the Arcanumarium, you know. But it's also where yes, the Arcanumarium is an amazing, powerful school, but some of the stuff taught in the College of Mysteries is like insane, you know.
Yeah.
As you make your way to the front gate, I think there is a very stalwart-looking pair of guards, and you see a couple of other students, like a couple of half-elves, a duo of gnomes, coming in and, briefly stopping with the guards and then making their way in. Seems that there's a checkpoint. You can't enter without a student, you know?
Fair enough.
Stampy lets you eyes off and waits patiently. What do you guys do?
Well, we just have to check in before we head in. Stand behind me.
Okay.
All right.
You approach the guards, and one of them says, "Halt! One of us guards tells only truths!" And the other one says, "And one of us tells only lies."
You trying on a new bit? That's a good one.
They squint at you, and one of them says, "You must not present your identification."
Okay.
He just doesn't.
Oh. Things certainly have changed since I've been here last. Here's my student card, my wizard card.
Your wizard card.
Shalik Ambrosia Witchhelm, please let me in. I have 2 guests.
They check it. They look at you, and one of them nods says, "Riddle Shalik, welcome."
Thank you. He turns back to the others and he's like, "Are you coming?"
Oh, yeah. Fiore scuffles off towards him.
Ulrich follows as well.
He kind of waves to the 2 guards.
They squint at you. They don't like non-wizards coming in here. But also, worth noting, they did say Shalik. Was it Shalik or Salik?
Yeah, it's Shalik.
Yeah, Shalik.
Silk is not acknowledging it, by the way.
I'll be real with you. Fiore's assuming it's a dead name.
Oh, you're trans.
He looks completely like casual saying it. He like does not give a shit.
I know, that's just what Fiore's not mentioning it because he's like, if I mention it, it might offend him.
That's so fucking funny. Stop.
I think when the name was called, Aura kind of like looked at Silk and kind of blinked a little bit. It's like, oh, okay. Aura kind of saddles up to Silk just a little bit and inquires just a little bit, like, now is that something you would like to be called, or no?
Oh, well, everyone just calls me Silk.
Okay. Is this a full name situation, or?
It's a much more flattering name, but Shalik just seems too... professional?
Too formal?
Not as pretty.
That's fair. Okay.
Well, Silk is a pretty name.
Thank you. It is... Did I never mention it's a nickname?
No.
No, you introduced yourself as Silk, so we just assumed that was your name.
Yeah.
You think my parents named me Silk?
Why not?
No, nothing.
My last name is Sun Chaser. I was raised by a halfling and a dwarf. It's kind of more normal.
Fair enough. What's your last name, though? Last names can be weird. My name is Witchhelm, for God's sake.
I didn't notice anything weird about that. Regardless, I just assumed that was your name. Besides, I didn't know if you, like, picked it or something. It's fine.
Sort of not. It doesn't matter.
This is like you guys finding out that Derry isn't my name.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Listeners at home, my name is short for Dermot.
My favorite thing is when I was talking to your family and I had to be like, it's okay, you can call him Dermot. I still know that that's his name.
Yeah, my mom was like, well, you probably only know him as Derry. And he was like, ma'am, I've been dating your son for 6 years.
Like, I definitely know.
Like,
his
there would be
legal
times
name.
where my mom would be like, Dermot, I mean Derry. And you'd be like,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trans. I hear a different name for me all the time.
regardless. Fiore, Ulrich, and Shalik. We're going to start using that name only now.
No, you have to keep calling him Silk. That's the one that he likes better.
Okay, well, his chosen name is Silk, so I will respect that because I'm an ally.
You're literally not binary.
You guys head into the College of Mysteries. This place is the richest fucking place you've ever been. It is like shocking. The people here are all dressed in such finery. The torches on the walls are not lit with fire. It's all magic. And it is there are like arcane symbols drawn everywhere. The place is it's stunning, right? And very busy. There are bookshelves along every wall, and the whole place seems to kind of map and maze around. There are paintings on the walls or it's like every inch of the wall has to be covered with paintings, right? It's like someone said, okay, no cobblestone allowed. And it's not like that was a choice, it's more that like they have paintings of all their alumni, and like there's a lot of them, and they're all very rich names. Like just one of the big ones you see as soon as you enter belongs to the headmaster, whose name is, and I am not fucking you, his name is Brighton Blood. High Curator Brighton Blood.
That's pretty good.
Something you do notice is a lot of these students have tattoos all over their face. Both the teachers and students alike have these weird arcane tattoos that like make up, like cover their cheeks and foreheads. I think... Ulrich, quick bardic lore check.
Secret?
Yeah, please. Okay. You recognize this as a Varisian tradition. It's kind of a culture that is inspired by the Romani people. And these tattoos are called Irizoko tattoos. They are complex patterns of indelible arcane might. And you know that the most powerful students and teachers, basically, when you graduate to a certain rank, you are given this tattoo on your face to mark you permanently as someone who has done well in the College of Mysteries.
Oh, okay.
Silk does not have one.
Oh, okay.
Make of that what you will.
Ulrich is not gonna ask.
Fiore, Silk, and Ulrich, how are you guys doing as you stand here in these ancient walls?
Boring, seen it.
You're just running past, you're like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be here. He so badly doesn't want to be here.
Fiore and Ulrich, how are you guys doing? This is crazy.
It's fucking big.
Yeah, Ulrich's kind of just like taking in the sights, but also walking fast enough so that way he's still like trailing Silk.
Fiore looks like he's looking around for something
Yeah?
and not finding it. I think.
Okay. Silk, Fiore's slowing you down.
Ooh.
Fiore's not running at the right speed, and is instead looking around.
Silk looks behind him. What is he looking at?
He looks like he's looking above doorways, and God, where else would that sort of thing be?
Like walls, statues.
He looks like he's looking at statues and like walls.
You know, I could give you a personal tour some other time.
It's like, sorry, I was just confused. You don't have, there's like no, like statues or art of Nethys or anything at least?
Oh.
This is like a library for studying magic, and he's the god of magic.
Is there a thing with that, Derry?
Not really, no. That's kind of weird, actually. This is an arcane school, not a...
Yeah, so kind of actually stops for a second. He's like, oh, I never noticed. That is a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'd say he's walking with him now. He's like, I mean, like, I studied in, like, I went to school, but, I mean, I guess I went to religious school. Because I learned in the church. And I just kind of expected a magic school to pay more attention to the god of magic.
I know of several students who worship him quite closely, as well as a few teachers, I believe. I really can't remember any effigies to him here.
That is so different to me.
I guess there's just not any effigies of anyone. I suppose we focus more on the people who've actually been here.
Woof.
He doesn't mean that in like a serve to Nethys kind of way. It's like...
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like a slight. It's just like a.
You're very factual, like, yes, no, it's for things that are real.
It's like, okay.
Fiore, for what it's worth, the idea of a school not having any religious symbolism is like untenable to you. The gods are going to curse this place. They will send down lightning storms.
He's like pretty sure. He is like 80% sure that Nethys is not happy about this, but he's not. He doesn't know enough about Nethys to be able to say anything. So he's just like, And that's what's going on in his head.
Really funny.
So, Silk, where are you taking them?
So that tome is in the possession of the school. Silk is guessing that it's being kept by the school's like library.
Yes.
Or where they keep any kind of artifacts, specifically knowledge.
The Library of Whispers, because they're very thematic.
Yes.
There.
They're very familiar.
Do you want to make your way into the Library of Whispers?
Yes.
Okay. Silk,
Carefully.
you lead them in, and the library is massive, obviously. Like, actually startlingly large. You don't know what you're supposed to do, how big this place is. It makes the dungeon library you saw look like just a complete complete waste of space, right? Like,
Yeah.
The bookshelves here are so tall that they are almost dizzying to look up at, you know? There are I think there's maybe 5 floors worth of stairs. It's gonna take you a long time to find this one book.
Yeah, which is why Silk seeks out the library keeper.
Okay. Silk, you make your way towards the library, the head librarian. Fiore and Alric, are you two sticking close?
I think Fiore is definitely... He's a bit out of his element here. This is not the type of school he's used to. Not even just for the, lack of religious aspect. Just, it's very rich and he is very not...
Yeah, I think Ulrich is also staying pretty close. This is a big place. It's a big library. This man is about to get lost.
I think you probably make your way towards the librarian, who is a sphinx of all things.
Cool.
Ooh.
She is a massive, I want to say, truck-sized feline with these beautiful hawk-like wings and the head of a stern-looking, dark-skinned woman with long flowing hair and really piercing golden eyes. Silk, you know that the College of Mysteries employs this Sphinx as the librarian, and in exchange, they pay for her services in riddles and secrets. She will not accept coin.
Crazy.
And she leans over and says, Riddle Shalik Witch Helm, if I'm not mistaken.
It's me, yes, hello.
You haven't been here for some time.
Oh, no, I've been away on important studies.
With Professor Vazuvilex, if that is correct. She kind of tilts her head.
Yes, he's been quite the wonder. I've been learning so much. It's crazy.
Stare.
Anyways, as to why I'm here today, if you'd be so kind to help me, I was looking for a very specific old tome.
I think she was about to pry more, but then you say old tome, and she's like, okay, well, now I'm interested.
Now I'm curious.
Silk kind of drums his fingers against the librarian desk, and he's like,
The Threshold of Truths. I know that it's here, but I was wondering if I could get a hold of it.
Author name, area of study.
Author name Zarmavdian. Area of study... Arcane?
Explain.
he smiles.
It's a spell book.
Okay, thank you. Yes, that will do. And she raises, with a mage hand, she raises a tome of spell books, categorizing where they are, and she flips through them, and she looks and says, 4th floor, 15th column, 13th row. You should find it under T for threshold.
Got it. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for your help.
Now, it should be noted that this book is not, you cannot take this out of the library.
And what is the reason for that, actually?
It is 500 years old and very rare. It's one of a kind. This is policy for all unique spellbooks.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, who would I be able to talk to about that policy?
Well, this is a policy of the Board of Enigmas.
I thought so. Okay. Well, thank you again for your help.
She nods, and she puts the book down and says, "And I trust you will be returning the books you last withdrew."
Yes, I am very much finished with them, and I will bring them within the hour.
She pulls up a scroll, and she says, "Let's see. We have Arcane Romance, A Cave for Two,
Oh, you don't need to remind me. I definitely
Dragon
know the
Love
list that I have.
Dwarfing My Heart,
What?
Maid and a Monster,
Wait.
The Elf Maid and the Evil, and the Complete Blades of Lust trilogy, his Scimitar Sensuality, his Longsword of Love, and his Tao of Desire."
That's...
Fiore looks at Ulrich.
Ulrich is red.
They are, at this point, 3 years overdue.
I will be bringing those back very soon. Thank you. My friend was holding on to them for me.
I see. Then she drops the scroll and says, "As you were."
Thank you. And he turns around. Let's go to the 4th floor. Come on.
Well,
Just the
so,
three of us. No, you're not talking
what
to
do you
me.
like to talk about?
Perhaps Master Silk could teach me to read.
Bobo, shut up.
Silk will teach you to read. He's just being grumpy.
He's walking to the stairs. He's leaving. All of those books are annotated and bookmarked.
Oh my god.
I can't take him.
You make your way to the to the 4th floor, and you begin looking. Even with her directions, there's so many fucking books here. It's unreal. Like, it's going to take you a minute. Also, you can't take the book.
Yeah, I know. Silk is like used to looking in this library, but yeah, it is hard. I think. How long does it take them to find it?
Would you like to all make me a perception check?
Sure.
Bro is hoping to God somebody rolls in that one.
No fucking shot. Okay. Silk, you are very intently looking for this book. Fiore, you make your way and you find a painting of a wizard that you recognize. A handsome man with long, flowing brown hair, a beautiful beard, and a very peculiar mustache and fez combo. The title reads Professor Igonis Vazuvilex.
Is that the old man?
It's the fucking old man.
Fiore's like genuinely, he like stops and he like stares and he's like, oh my.
You know what? Smash.
Bruh.
Ulrich, though.
You leave my grandpa alone.
Ulrich, though. You see, as you're, I think at some point you're like, I don't fucking know. You take a quick lean over the banister, and you look down, and you see a pair of figures that catches your eye. One of the figures is actually a little bit unremarkable. He is a human man, who seems to be like maybe in his 60s. His hair is big and silver. He's got a very modest beard and haircut combo. Like, he looks very polite, you know. A nice pair of glasses, a beautiful Irizoko tattoo, and some very fine clothes. and he is speaking to the most banging babe you have ever seen in your life.
Slay!
She is a woman. She looks like she's in her 20s, with like pale blue eyes, white hair, blue robes, a hood. In fact, I think you pretty quickly immediately peg her as Silk's sister.
Slay!
She's with this old fucking guy, chatting to him alongside a bunch of desks, and she fucking leans in and kisses him.
I think at this point, Ulrich is just like trying so hard to be very casual while also like investigating.
He's like, I need to know this drama now.
Silk has a sister, and she's dating a pervert. That's what you're getting from this.
After like trying to figure out the fucking tea, Ulrich is like, wait, Silk's in this fucking wait, and he goes and immediately like tries to find Silk.
Like she's the fucking spitting image of Silk is the thing.
If Silk was a woman.
If Silk was a woman,
God.
like it's actually shocking.
They look very alike.
And like I said,
Good lord.
she looks like she's in her 20s. He's like 60.
Bro got gender bent.
Silk is just looking through the books. He does not notice anything.
Well, he's about to because Ulrich like tries to find him. I think he does the thing where he like mall walks like pretty fast, like past Silk's aisle, skids, and then goes towards Silk and goes, did you happen to mention siblings that go here?
No, I don't have siblings that go here. I have a sibling.
Okay, well, I just saw someone who looked really very close to you, and I wanted to make
Oh, are they here?
Huh?
Are they here?
Yes.
Silk looks joyous.
Ooh.
Ulrich is telling him that his sibling is here. And Silk looks extremely pleased to hear this. And Silk says,
They don't exactly attend this college, but I didn't expect them to be dropping by. You said you saw them, right? Where?
Downstairs kissing an old man.
I'm sorry? Wait, what?
Downstairs.
Okay, so she looked like she was in about her 20s, correct?
Silk looks at you?
She?
She.
I don't have a sister. What?
Okay.
What do you
well,
what took me where you saw someone?
okay, and can't wait for me to be the nat one. Ulrich goes to the balcony exactly where he was standing.
Oh my god.
Down on the bottom floor, you see, Silk's sister is now fucking twirling her hair as she looks deep into the eyes of this old fucking guy. And I have to remind you, by the way, she is like stunningly beautiful. Like, Silk's obviously extremely beautiful, but like, Silk also doesn't have, how do I say this without sounding misogynistic? A sweet fat fucking rack, you know? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh woo-ga.
She's gorgeous, she's beauty, she's goddess that walks the earth. Silk's face sours. Like you hear the SpongeBob like womp sound. And he's like,
Oh, Ricky, that's my mother.
What?
That is not my sister. I do not have a sister. That is my mother.
I see. Okay, well, either way, someone from your family is in this building. I thought I would tell you, so you would not run into a surprise.
he closes his eyes and he like puts a hand on Ulrich's shoulder. He's like,
No, it's sweet fortune that they're here. So happy as I am to seat them in the same room as me right now. I need to. You do not need to come. Talk to them.
Are you sure?
They.
I am here for you now.
I know. Grab Fiore. Let's head downstairs for a moment.
Okay. Ulrich goes to where Fiore is.
Fiore turns to Ulrich and he goes, "It's the old guy."
What? What?
You're like that pointing Wojak meme. You're like, look, the old guy.
No, that's literally what he's doing. He's like, it's the old guy. See?
Strange. Interesting. Well, you're gonna find. I have found Silk's mother.
Oh.
He is not pleased, but we are gonna go with him.
Oh. Well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And they go to Silk.
Okay. You make your way downstairs to meet Silk's mom. And the guy she is making goo eyes at. Here they are. As you approach this woman, you overhear her speaking, and she was saying, I do believe that we're going to need to find some way to bring up the lens's renovation to be a little sooner. It looks quite unsightly to have something so magnificent look so out of place, don't you find? All the scaffolding around it. We're a school of magic. We should be doing much better than that. And the man is like, of course, honey, you know best.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
You too, man.
And she leans back a little bit and says, so I'm thinking perhaps we just take a small bit out of the tuition scholarships we do this time. I'm not sure if Blood will agree, but for what it's worth, I think Blood's a boring old bastard, so I don't really care.
Damn, bitch, tell them how you really feel.
Silk is walked up to them and goes,
Mother, Alec, it's good to see you both.
Oh, Salek, hi. What are you doing here? Showing up to classes for once? That's interesting. And Elak here is like, oh, my word, Silk! What are you doing here? It's been 2 years now? You didn't tell us you were coming back. That's because he doesn't really tell us much of anything. He's so busy with his studies abroad. He doesn't even understand how many strings I had to pull to get him to take a year, to take deferred study under a one-on-one tutor so early in his career.
Yes, I have been very, very busy with my studies, but something very important has come up, and I have needed to make an emergency homecoming to say.
All right, well, lay it on me, I suppose. Hey, Fiore and Ulrich, she has not spoken to him in like 2 years, and she's completely nonplussed.
He's doing that. He's doing that look at Ulrich. He does this look pretty often.
I think this old man, Ulrich, he kind of turns to you as well, Fiore, like, duh.
Fiore shrugs.
And would it kill you to write me a letter every few years?
Listen, I would love to, and I have started a few. It's just, when subjects pull you in so totally and completely, it takes up one's mind quickly.
Oh, I see. So you finally found something to actually study?
Yeah, yes, I'll tell you all about it later. But I've come here for something else, and I need your help, dearest mother.
And what is it, dearest Shalik?
Well, to further my studies, I am in need of a...
Mid-speech, she turns her head to look at Fiore and Ulrich. And she's like, and who are these two?
Oh, hi.
These are my two companions. They have been helping me on my studies, I guess you could say. Not a total lie.
They're not students.
No, they're not.
Oh, they must be from that little... She, makes a little hand. Hamlet in the countryside, yes?
Fiore bites his lip.
What was it?
Otari.
Otari, yes, that's right. That's where Vesuvius was taking his study break.
Alex raised both of his eyebrows at this point.
As I was saying, Mother, I need a spell book, a very, very old, 500-year-old spell book, but I cannot take it out of the library without perhaps your special permission.
All right, yes, sure, we can do that.
Oh, thank God.
On one condition, of course.
And what would that be, dearest, kind, understanding Mother?
Well, I would like to see your thesis. We sent you to that school because Vesuvius is the only professor who can deal with the eternal riddle. If you're looking to stay as a riddle forever, that's fine. You're only wasting thousands of golds of tuition every year. But we would like you to rank up your stage of mystery at some point. Your little Jerick boy, he's a charade by now.
Really?
Yes, it's very soon until he'll become a labyrinth. And then at some point, he'll be an enigma, just like the rest of us. And you know, considering he was only here for a few years so far, his first time, and from a disadvantaged socio-economic background as well. You coming in with a loving mother and a powerful father, and Alaric says, well, stepfather, but, I do my best.
The dad who stepped up!
The father who stepped up.
She turns to you and says, the riddle is the lowest rank, and it is, frankly, a little bit embarrassing that you're still one, despite being my son and having attended the school for a decade now. I would have hoped that you'd at least be a shadow by now, but no, eternal riddle.
I simply would like to take my time and make something of quality.
Well, you can at least tell me about your thesis. What subject have you chosen to study?
I will happily mail a copy of it, a very nice, pressed copy of it, once I reach Otari again. Please, Mother.
See that you do, Sherlock. This book, what book is it that you need?
The Threshold of Truth.
Ah, by Zamavdian, yes?
The very same, yes.
I actually did meet him twice before he passed away. Strange old man. Very paranoid. There were a lot of whisperings of him potentially becoming undead when he died. He was just that sort of man.
Silk looks back at Fiora and Ulrich.
Ulrich furrows his brows because that was the same concern they had with Isafana.
Either way, I will very much be needing that book, especially for sharpening my thesis.
Are you studying the Eldritch?
Yes, I am actually.
What's your thesis statement? For what it's worth, Alaric is looking around worriedly. He's like, oh man.
Silk is also like,
my
oh man.
sexy bitch wife is like amping up this bitch part.
He's like, my sexy bitch wife is not being very pog right now.
I hate to spoil it for you. I really would like you to read it in its proper format, but it is on the subject of outer gods, long forgotten.
I think that actually catches her interest. I think for the first time, since you've gotten here at least, she seems curious and not like demeaning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll bite. What outer gods?
Really, it is a time-sensitive request that I am making of you, Mother.
Well, you could always head home without it.
Special focus on a deity named Nimbalot.
She leans back. Says, all right. I believe you. All right. Interesting. That is certainly some obscure lore, so... I was quite worried that you would have spent the last 3 years faffing about in Oteri, just making a fool of yourself. But...
His eye twitches.
To have such obscure lore at your fingertips, you must be doing something. Here's how it's going to play, Shalik. We'll give you your threshold of truth. And in exchange, you will send me what work you have on your thesis already. And by the end of the year, you will return to full-time study here in the College of Mysteries, where you will be better equipped for your studies in the Eldritch.
Yes, Mother.
And I'm serious. We're cutting you off after this. Usually you're not supposed to have time off with a single professor until you're at least a labyrinth. Getting that for a riddle was quite difficult.
I know.
Bring me the book, and I will undo the runes on it.
At once. Thank you.
Fiore, Ulrich, and Silk, the three of you depart.
Yes, Silk walks off without looking at anyone else. He's kind of tipping his hat down.
Fiore and Ulrich, you have plenty to interview him on.
Sorry for not talking very much. I didn't want to mess it up for you while you were talking, because I can't lie.
I know. I prefer that you both stay quiet. Thank you.
We're here for you.
I appreciate it. Let's go find the book.
There's a lot there that you guys have, immediately, oh shit, context, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why was Silk in Otari? Fucking around. Not studying.
Slay.
Quite literally fucking around.
What is Silk's area of study? Fuck knows. You guess the Abomination vaults? And, most importantly, what's the Eternal Riddle mean, Ulrich? Turns out Riddle is your rank in a school here at the College of Mysteries. And Riddle is the lowest one. And he's been here for 10 years.
Huh. I see.
How are you two reacting to these little tidbits?
Do you want to talk about any of that?
I think I'd rather hurl myself off the top floor.
Okay, well, you're not doing that.
Not yet.
Elk.
Not doing it, period.
It's not allowed.
I think they're kind of walking back to the section where that book was, and he's just got kind of a sour look on his face, and he is thumbing through the spines of books, and he's like,
There you go. I told you I was a embarrassing sham.
A jam? What do you mean?
Ugh. Eternal riddle.
No, the rank of the school thing?
Yes.
Silk, I don't care if you were good at school.
I'm very good at school.
Or, I don't mean that, you're dumb. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if you're high rank in this particular school. I'm gonna be honest with you, Silk, I don't really like this school so far. I think it's pretty, but it's really fancy and uppity, and I feel really out of place here.
Well, you're not the only one. It's certainly a school.
He's still looking for that book.
Yeah. Ulrich, how are you holding up? Because this is... I know you had, like, in the past been like, I don't really want there to be too many more secrets. And, well, good news, there's not too many more
none
secrets,
now.
because now you know everything.
Pretty much.
How is Ulrich doing?
At this point, I think Ulrich is mostly worried about Silk's well-being, but also the cutoff.
Yes. That's bad, isn't it? Silk has to leave after the end of this year.
Yeah. Not jazzed about that part.
Yeah.
I think Ulrich, when they're almost at the book, Ulrich does speak up a bit and asks, so then after the dungeon, you're going back to Absalom then? You're coming back here?
Silk's hand stops abruptly. And he stiffens and he kind of tilts his head away from either of them.
I will figure out what I must.
Atari will always be a home to you. Like, if you leave, you can come back anytime. It's not like we're going anywhere.
I dread the idea.
He thumbs his hand against the books again, continuing to look. He feels nauseous. He doesn't want to leave Otari. And that deadline is a year away, but... Oh. Did she say at the end of the year, or after a year?
At the end of the year.
Okay, that's closer then. What month are they in?
It is Desnus, so Fantasy May. You're getting to the end of Desnus too.
That's half a year!
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Silk feels fucking dizzy. And he's not well, but it's not time to talk about that right now. He needs to find that book. He's thinking about now the time restraint and how he has to quickly write a thesis, send it back home, go back into the dungeon, figure this out before the end of the year, and make sure nothing bad happens to the town of Otari so he can maybe one day return. Well, of course one day return. And he's thinking about how badly he does not want to leave Ulrich. How badly he does not want to leave Fiora either. Let me find that damn book.
Okay, cool. You pull out the book. Holy shit, that's big!
Oh.
He picks it up and it nearly falls out of his hand.
Yeah, dude, it is, like, fucking massive, right?
This thing could kill a cat.
This book, The Threshold of Truth, it's very old, very worn. And you flick through it, and it starts off as a straightforward treatise on arcane and occult lore, with a couple of useful spells. But as you hold it, it has been so heavily annotated towards the end that you physically can barely read it. It starts off like a regular spellbook with pretty good handwriting. But by the final page, it's practically like scribbles, right? Where everything is jammed in as much as possible. Lines don't mean anything anymore. It's literally just put as much information on the page as if it were a sketchbook, right? Cramping it all in and like arcane sigils and stuff. And I think after a few minutes of browsing it, I want you to make me an occultism check, Silk.
Aye. Here you go.
Okay. You find out what he was trying to do with the last years of his life. He was trying to prevent eldritch creatures from manipulating innocent minds.
Huh.
It seems that he was convinced, utterly, that something was watching him from beyond our world. And that something was going to harm him and everyone he loved. And in fact, probably already had claimed his soul. In your hand, Silk, the book feels suddenly light, and you blink, and for a moment everything seems more detailed. And the first thing you notice is, as you're holding this, things just kind of make more sense. You know things that you did not previously know. But also, Fiore, you notice that as Silk's eyes dart around, a potted vase nearby with little, like, flowers coming out wither instantly and die.
Whoa.
Another student walking by makes a strange face and keeps walking. This is another relic, Silk. The two gifts you have are of the mind relic, of the mind aspect. Repository of knowledge. Your relic is imbued with the psychic impressions of ages past. While the relic is on your person, you are trained in 3 additional lore skills of my choice, me the GM, that fits the relic's history. And those lore skills will be aberration lore, soul lore, and secrets lore. The other one is death gaze, from the death aspect. As a 2-action ability, your stare can cause a creature's flesh to rot and wither away. Your stare deals 1d6 void damage for every creature, to the creature for every 2 levels the relic has. So that would be, what? This is a level 6 relic. That would be 3d6 void damage as you just fucking stare them to death.
Kind of real as hell.
We add this to your bag, and also it has a fuck ton of spells in it. Like, so many spells that you can, like, transfer into the Astronomicon. It has Void Warp, Light, Daze, Detect Magic, Electric Arc, Figment, Telekinetic Hand, Light, Prestidigitation, Read Aura, Shield, Alarm, Charm, Dizzying Colors, Mystic Armor, Force Barrage, Sure Strike, Phantasmal Minion, Translocate, Dispel Magic, False Vitality, Revealing Light, Web, Haste, Lightning Bolt, Locate, Paralyze, Slow, Clairvoyance, Daydreamer's Curse, Containment.
Damn. He's gonna be studying the fuck out of this.
And that's the third of 4 relics. How you guys doing?
Generally bad. I'd wager to say. For Silk, he's in a weird mindset right now that's gonna be really, really hard for me to describe.
Well, do you want to take it down to Mama?
Please.
You take the book down to her. She nods appreciatively, taps it, and dispels the rune that, had you tried to steal this book, would have alerted a sphinx, and the sphinx would have come and tried to eat you. Regardless, you say your goodbye to Hilarial Witchhelm, your mother, and Elark Witchhelm, the cool guy.
He's so cool.
And you make your way out of the College of Mysteries. You leave the front gate, and as you do, a halfling with tan skin and red hair looks up from his work and sees Silk and sees Ulrich. And his jaw goes a little slack for a moment. You walk out of there. You get back on Stampy. You make your way back to where Quicksilver is, and you return Stampy to his owner. Dave, sorry, I gotta read this out because that's funny as fuck. Dave has just typed into chat, and their friend Steve, in brackets, Fiore. You guys bring Stampy back. The halfling says, I hope you enjoyed your time in Absalom.
It was really nice.
And I hope you enjoyed Stampy.
Stampy was the highlight.
Make sure you feed him well.
Stampy looks at you and says,
Come again, travelers.
What the hell?
Oh, you're so talented.
It's a very talented elephant.
he is awakened.
He's... No. I was about to say, he's not awakened. He could just do that.
He's not well trained. Is there nothing this elephant can do?
Oh my fucking god.
It suddenly makes sense how he was able to navigate this place quite so well.
Yeah.
He was just too shy before. This was intentional, by the way. That was the plan.
Oh my god.
You guys get on Quicksilver, and you start making your way back through the countryside towards Otari. Night rises. Sun falls. It takes you 3 days. And as you approach the horizon of Otari, you guys see something in the distance. Smoke. Lots and lots of smoke. And that smoke, as you enter into town, you can see is coming from a great fire in the Dawnflower Temple.
If you've ever watched Captain America and the way that he runs, Fiore, I'm not kidding, like, leaps from the wagon and he does not even say anything before just taking off. Like, it's not even, he's not thinking, he just does it.
Ulrich and Silk, the two of you probably rush Quicksilver into town and chase after Fiore, but he's already long gone. You make your way towards the fire that is burning through the west wing of the Dawnflower Temple and stand over the thing that is found on the side of the road leading away from it. The murdered remains of a person.
This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons.
Y3A, Horror Fan 546, Lightning Scar, Dr. Caesar MD, A Potato, Derpy Gamer, Quinlan Boss, Princess Alavi, Emily is Gay, Dexton, Meow Mai, Abigail Wallet, Knight the Werewolf Teacher, Ashley, Actually a Bot, Violet, Solgri Slobo, Phoebe Jeebies, Daisy Gilliam, Lux Rexus, Tony Saunders, Mita, Arave. Is that your killing key in my pocket, or are you Farrick Falcon, Louis Loza, Aries, Alexander Crizzle, May Cohen, Skyly, Generally Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Bal Punyon, Matthew Wilson Krasovich, Tillan Shark, Glitch HD, Jay Snoops, Jonathan Love, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Simon Strange, Seth, Kira, Lichelo, Gizmo, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Rem T. Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Steph, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C., Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Emily Laderna, John the Bookworder, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valor III. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/diceroll today.